Hiya! Now, we've done the colors. Now we will try to look at balance and contrast for this week, for this sixth week. Okay. What is balance? You can balance the design elements with color, position, shape, value, and size. It's a visual balance, as I said, unlike in the real physics. Warm color are heavier than the cold ones visually. And here I've tried to find the balance, visual balance with these design elements of circles and boxes. Yeah, I know there's only one box, not boxes. Even though this gray big circle is a lot bigger than the rest of them, it's still lighter in weight visually. Here, even this green circle color is more saturated. Oh, am I pointing? No, I'm not pointing. Laser point. Okay. Now, where was I? So even though this a lighter, a lighter green circle color is more saturated, but because of its position of being closer to the center here, it's not helping the gray circle friend here. This square black and dark green and medium black circle are still a lot heavier than those two combined together, even though they're all big. To say it again, things more to say things more professionally, there is visual weight of elements and visual direction of elements here. The laser is not working for me, I think. Let me just go with pen. Okay. To say it again, visual weight is a measure of how much anything on the page attracts the eye of the viewer. Higher the visual weight is, quicker the viewer would see them. Visual direction is the direction in which we think an element should be moving if it were given a chance to move according to the forces acting on it, like gravity. Well, the bottom line is you can't let users feel unbalanced, uneasy with your unbalanced design elements. The users will run away from your designs. Okay, am I recording? Yes, I do. Oh, so dramatic. Okay. Where is my mouse? Anyway, no mouse. Okay. A good balance can be achieved actually both by symmetry and by asymmetry, because each design element has its own weight, as I said. Okay. Symmetrical. Here, symmetrical. The usual one we see most of the time here. Symmetrical visual balance. And there is asymmetrical visual balance. Asymmetrical but balanced. It's not symmetrical, not same on the axis, but it's kind of balanced. Means you achieve the balance with visual weight of the elements, like I tried to do in the previous slide here, right? They're not symmetrical but somehow balanced. Now for the third one, there is radial, and finally there is discordant, or you can say off balance method. It's rarely used. Well, if it's used, it is used to show action or motion, like this one, it's about to fall on purpose. Okay, let's see some more examples. Symmetrical balance occurs when you have two identical sides of a design with a central point of axis. So if you cut the design in half, the left and the right are kind of mirror images of each other. Symmetrical design allows you to draw attention to all areas of an image equally. So, meaning If you have similar hierarchical level of elements, you can safely choose to make your design to be balanced with symmetrical elements like this, like these in here. Um, um, shall we see the sites? No. I mean before that, not only websites or apps, of course. Any design. Just to give you an example, there are symmetrical logo design examples on the top on this page. Chanel, Mercedes-Benz, McDonald's, and Batman. Those are all symmetrical logo designs. Okay, now for the browser. Are you seeing this? I hope you do. Okay, this is symmetrical design example. No, only this first one, I guess. And these are balanced, but somehow what I said, visually balanced with asymmetrical form. Okay, this is also symmetrical if you cut in half. This one too, it is symmetrical. The hierarchical level of these, of the each elements are similar. Okay, now there is one super fun website that you can draw something and it gives you symmetrical design, as you can see, like this. Wow, nice. Yay. Okay, you can try it. I will give you the link. Now let's go back. Okay, am I? Yes, I am. Now let's go to the next. Where is it next? Okay. Now asymmetrical balance. When it comes to asymmetrical design, the task might be harder. You might need to have several small items on one side to balance a larger object on the other side. Asymmetrical balance is more dynamic and interesting. It evokes feeling of modernism, movement, energy, and vitality. Asymmetrical balance offers more visual variety, although it can be more difficult to achieve because the relationship between elements are more complex. You have to find the balance with color, positioning, value, and size, also empty space to make things visually balanced in asymmetrical design. Okay, we can see the examples opened up in here. Oh, this was symmetrical, right? Okay. Now here, this is not symmetrical but balanced, with a big image and some typography and menus up here. There's also so much blank white space. Also this one too. It's not symmetrical but balanced, visually balanced. Oh, these are symmetrical somehow. Okay. Oh, okay. Now let's go back to the slide. Am I still recording? Yes. Thank you. Okay. Now, also known as this radial symmetrical is also known as rotational symmetry. This type of symmetry occurs when everything rotates around a common center or central point, another term. Rotational symmetry can occur at any angle frequency as long as there is a common center around which everything is rotated and elements are equally spaced around a central point. Basically, you can place elements around the central point, or you can even have elements feel like they are coming out of that central point, like a sunburst. Mostly, it is used in data visualization. The infographics we've talked a few lessons ago. For the logo design examples, you would find Mitsubishi logo and British Petroleum logo has these a radial symmetrical balanced design. Now, for the discordant balance as I mentioned, it shows motion and action. Here you can imagine the ring is rolling over on this table somehow, right? Or you can say this up movie poster, it shows action, or maybe this illustration, some of the design elements are not staying on the table. The Earth's gravitational force is not working for these objects and it is floating. So it's kind of uneasy and it has motion, but it's fun, right? Yes. Now, since we are not having any assignments, yay! I'm continuing with Wednesday's class now in this one video. Be thankful. Okay, sorry. Contrast now. Okay, contrast in design refers to the arrangement of opposite elements like light and dark, rough and smooth, textures, large and small shapes, etc. in a piece, in a one design piece, so as to create focal point, visual interest and excitement and drama. Contrast ensures that your design creates a certain tension and beauty. Also, contrast is often used to let the user see the thing you want them to see. You're making them to see one specific thing with contrast, which means contrast is used to make an emphasis of a design element. You can achieve any of these by using color in a targeted manner, or by typeface or scale of the elements, or by shape and texture, or by orientation here. Okay, let's see some examples in various fields of design. Bigger the difference, the better emphasis of the objects on the design. Here's an example of color contrast in photography. You are emphasizing the umbrella with colors against the monochrome background. Or like these funny birds. Where's the bird? Oh, here. Like these funny birds. What if the colors are all the same in one piece of art or design? You can't making people see one thing. It's just all the same, right? Okay, you can achieve contrast with size or orientation or motion. Okay, for example, for this Elliot Erwitt, the famous photographer, achieved contrast in this photo with motion. In other words, dynamic versus static, motion versus stillness, moving object versus not moving objects, physically or metaphorically, both. Motion meaning the object in the photo or image gives you a sense that it's just moved or still moving or about to move. This kind of dynamic versus static contrast in photography will give the viewers, as I mentioned, the visual interest, excitement, and drama. Okay, for the color contrast, same with these website examples here. Dark versus bright colors, grayscale versus high saturated orange color. Here. Okay, now high saturation. Okay. Now, oh yeah, these kind of examples I was going to show. Oh, this yellow contrasted, grayscale and orange one. Okay, you do remember that I said the complementary colors are used to make a contrast, right? Bad and good, yes or no, strong or weak, black or white, like the ones I just showed you in the previous slide, the images. To remind you again, two colors, those look at each other on the color wheel, are the complementary colors, not the ones that stick together. So you can choose to use complementary colors to give your design the visual interest. Okay, I found one easy website for choosing opposite colors, and that is this one. Did I open it? Whoa. This one. I was going to show you the examples here. Anyways, this one, color wheel. If you choose one, it gives you the opposite color, as you can see. export palette and you have the hexadecimal color, you could just copy this hexadecimal and put it in your design. Now, where was I? Okay, how about some contrast with size and scale? Here is one with text size contrast, and here's this cute baby hand, so tiny. Also one with text size contrast and some soft color contrast in web design. It is contrasted with big titles and small titles. It is making make the viewers to see the big ones first and small ones later. So images, also the explanation text has the contrasted color so that it is kind of beautiful. Now for the contrast in texture, like in this photo with rough and almost smooth textured wall here on this left side of this slide. Also, you could say it also has color contrast. Okay, for the app or web design, you can achieve texture contrast by mixing real images and vector illustrations like this here. Letters are vector illustrations and one real image. So it is kind of contrasted. Okay. So yeah, I think that is for today for this week. No homework, but you have to summarize all of them in one comment for your attendance. Okay, have a good day.